Hey everybody, welcome back to the Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and later still Lake Jackson. I'm so out of practice of this, I almost told you that my name was Jack. We've had a hurricane down here and doing search and rescue, running cooling shelters and stuff like that. Been really busy, so we haven't been able to do anything. Jack hurt his shoulder, so that's why we haven't posted in a few weeks. We very much apologize, but it's a natural disaster. What do you expect? So this one is great. I have no idea what to call it. I'm kind of figuring out what we're going to put it up in the in the title thing, but this is really good. It's I did it for the test kitchen stuff. The chimichurri is kind of like the highlight. That's why we're really here. The other thing, the actual main course, the surf and turf part of it, is just something to put it on. So this works out really well. You can use the sauce on anything else, but yeah, this is really good. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, ring the little notification bell in that corner when we get these up. It's Tuesdays and Fridays as close as we can. We try to do it every week. Hopefully no more hurricanes, right? And also there's a link down the doobly for our merch, like an apron, like I'm wearing right now, and flippers and spatulas and all kind of stuff. And let's just get into the food. I know y'all hate talking to me. I think it's raining outside again. Yes it is. All right, let's get into the food before I lose power again. Alright, looks like a lot of the stuff I already had, so it's not really going into my budget, but you're going to want some rice. I just got some long grain stuff. You're going to want some of these frozen shrimp. It's like the $5 ones, $4 or $5, which is really good. You want some of these like $3, $4 little pieces of meat. I think it's just round steak. You can see it's $3.92. I got for like 3/4 of a pound of it or whatever. And you're going to want like half of one of these onions to go with that part. Now, for the chimichurri itself, you're going to need some salt. You're going to need oregano. Try to get the fresh stuff like this parsley and the cilantro, but you can use the dry stuff too, so that's fine. So I couldn't find it anywhere, so I'm going to use the dry stuff. We're going to need some cloves of garlic, obviously, because it's me cooking. We're going to need a whole small red onion, it says, but I think I'm going to use about half of it. But after that, also is the red pepper flakes, but that is alternatively. You don't have to put that in there. Going to use some red wine vinegar and lemon juice. They say fresh lemon juice. This is good. It came from H-E-B. I'll say it's fresh. And I'm going to use just a little bit of vegetable oil just to get my onions going when I'm cooking my meat and stuff together with that. And then we should be set, except I forgot the frickin' olive oil. You can use extra virgin, or you can cut it half and half with regular stuff. Add the slutty virgin olive oil, the not virgin olive oil. So we're going to start off, we're going to put 2 cups of water and get our rice water heated up in the background there. And then while we're going to do that, we're going to get our garlic cloves. And then I've shown this before, some people have asking. I put all my garlic cloves in a jar and then just shake the living bejeebles out of it. This is sped up. My armor's not that fish. I wish it was that fast. But if you do that, it'll knock the skins off. You got to do it a couple of different times. We go in here, pull the skins off, and then boom, extra garlic that's out, and it's a lot less work. So once you got to boil, put 1 cup of your rice, beat the bejeebles of it out of there, and then let that come back to a boil, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and dice all this stuff up. This is the only knife I have because my dishwasher is broke since the hurricane still, so I haven't cleaned it, so I just grabbed the sharpest knife I had, which just happened to be cool. Now, we're supposed to mince this, which is you just want to cut it down as small as possible, okay? So get in there and just run it under that blade 2 or 3 times. Be careful of your fingers. Please do not let me be responsible for you cutting your fingers. Not as small as most people do it. You can do this in a food processor. It's fine too. Again, I'm just going to take my onion here, use half of it for this and then half of it for actually cooking. So this is going to go in the sauce, so go ahead and just slice it down. Now, onions, they're cheaters because they already have lines cut into them already. I want to go ahead and my rice is back in the boil. Just turn that down to a simmer and let it sit for 20 minutes. And then go back and cut your onions the other way, and they're cut down pretty good. Make sure the big pieces don't get away. Make sure they're all diced down as small as possible. If you want to do it again, like I said, you got a food processor, just chop it up and you are set. Now I'm going to take this and set it aside, okay? We need to wash all our other vegetables. We had to skin these, whatever. So red onion is supposed to be a 1/4 cup if you're measuring. This is closer to a half, but that's what I'm going to use. Now this other half I'm going to use for cooking with the steaks. So to set it aside, I'm just going to go ahead and push it in the bowl I'm going to use for serving. That's the garlic and the red onion, and set that to the side. Now start with the parsley or the cilantro. It's up to you, but you need to go ahead and wash these. So run them under the water, get the dirt out of there, and then we're going to try to cut it down to 1/2 cup, but it's got to be well packed. I go to the gym a lot, so I can well pack some some leafy vegetables here. So go ahead and get it and just cut it down as much as you can. If you need to fold it over, it's a lot easier instead of chasing down that one leaf that keeps springing out to go chase it down. So give it a nice cut there. Try to keep the stems out of it. Get the tender stems, that's fine, and the leaves is what you're looking for. And it sticks to everything metal, especially the parsley and cilantro, just like they stick to everything. So just run them under there. They don't have to be perfect. They're going to be mixed with oil and stuff, so that's fine. So you can take it and you can shove it into a cup thing, but like I said, I'm just making a mess at this point. I'm padding out my runtime is what I'm doing, because I'm putting this in there. But you can take it, see how it's filling up. This is a 1 cup, and you see, but if you pack it, it's barely half. So go ahead and put that in the bowl with the rest of your stuff, and we're going to do the exact same thing with our cilantro. I think that was the parsley was up first. And wash it first, come back, fold over that top half there, make it where it's compact, easier to cut. Don't have to use the chopper, like I said, that's just the one I have. Whatever sharp knife you have will do. Go ahead and give it a cut, set the stems to the side, turn it the other way, and then just run it under that blade as best you can once or twice. Be careful of your pinky, especially if you do it like that. That was the dumbest way ever. I could have cut the entire palm off, like my buddy Paco. He fell off a roof the other day and grabbed it by a tin roof and just skinned one hand. Shout out to him. That's Andy's brother, if anybody needs to know. I hope he's recovering well from that, because that was just the picture looked painful. Ooh, just cheese sliced his hand. So go ahead and again, it's half cup, well pressed or well packed. Go ahead and put that in there. Now you're going to want a tablespoon of your oregano, 3/4 of a cup of your olive oil, whether it's extra virgin or half and half, and then 3 of lemon juice. I'm just gonna squirt this in here. I always do it over the bowl in case it spills. I'm not wasting anything. It might get a little extra, but we're good. All right. Or sorry, 2 of lemon juice. 2 of lemon juice. Sorry, 3 of the red wine vinegar. That's on me. I don't want to go back and record this again, so we're just going to go with that. 2 of lemon juice, 3 of the red wine vinegar. Sorry about that. And then the red pepper flakes is about 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon. Go ahead and put that in there. That's smaller. And then salt, you want to about 1/2 teaspoon is what I'm going to use here. It's 1/2 teaspoon. Just go ahead and put it in there. You might want a little more salt. That's up to you. I use a nice wooden spoon, and we're going to mix this up, man, because if you don't use a wooden spoon, the ancestors will come and get you, right? So give it a nice stir, give it a nice toss. Make sure it's getting nice and covered. That oil and the vinegar goes around really well. Now, you can serve it immediately. I like to cover mine up, put it in the fridge for about 20 to 40 minutes before I serve it, but it'll stay in the fridge good for a week, a month if you freeze it. So go ahead and put that in there. So go ahead and get your shrimp. Make sure they're deveined, skinned, and tailed, right? And set those off to the side. The other half of the onion, we're going to go ahead and dice this up, and we're going to mix it in with the rest of this while we're cooking. Just give it a little more flavor, a little more texture. So careful. This doesn't have to be diced near small, so just once one way, once the other, and it's more than enough. Now your steak, you can leave them long like this. I like to cut them down into really small cubes, or at least try to be the same size as your shrimp. I have extra small shrimp, so that's what I cut them down with. Cut all 4 of the steaks like that, and you're good to go. We're going to get our medium skillet. We're going to put it on about medium high. There's a lot of mediums in this. I guess I can just talk into ghosts and stuff too. So I put it on about a 6 out of the 9 mine goes to. I'm going to give it just a little bit of a splat of pan lotion, and let that start to warm up a little bit. But while I do, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the onions in, right? Onions take a little while because they're kind of a tough root type vegetable. They grow under the ground, so go ahead and let them get in there. Don't put your meat in and stuff yet. So let that start to cook down. Get you a wooden spoon, probably the same wooden spoon you had earlier. There you go, because it's a magic spoon. Look, I found that at like a discount store somewhere. I just thought it was cool to get for like $1. So you got it stirring around in there. You start to brown on one side. Go ahead and throw in your meat. Go ahead and put the meat down in the middle. Metal, as we say, meat on the metal. I think Jack coined that phrase, just trying to cook it and those vegetables underneath it. I think it was a fajita or a taco or something. So stir it around, put the meat down on the metal. Let that start to cook, okay? We don't want it to go all the way brown just yet. We're going to get it to where it starts going gray, a little bit of white. Oh, and it's been 20 minutes. Go ahead and turn off your rice and remove it from heat. Let it sit. Keep the lid on it. That's fine. So keep your meat stirred around. You don't have to keep stirring it constantly. This is not a stir fry, but you just want to put it in there, keep it stirred up, and you're good. Once it starts browning a little bit here, you can see a lot of this is just the caramelization of the onions underneath here. Go ahead and add your shrimp. Shrimp don't take near as long to cook as your beef, and you don't want to get them all super tough and rubbery. If you have pre-cooked shrimp, you just want to heat them through. If you have raw ones, go ahead and cook them until they start turning pink or light brown on the edges, and you're good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and cheat and add a little bit of this pureed jalapeno because, quite frankly, I'm addicted to it. I think it's the salt content, but the flavor of The jalapenos without all the spice, with just a little bit of that salt, is really good. Don't let the shrimp escape. Go ahead and throw those back in there. Give them a nice toss. Put the meat on the middle again. I'm listening to the newest Philip DeFranco thing. He was just reading a statement there. So that's what I'm watching while I'm doing this. You always got to plug in something to keep your timer going. We get this tossed. Once everything's nice and brown, go ahead and remove it from heat. And we're just going to dress it just like that. Rice, meats, and then the chimichurri vegetable stuff right on top. It looks gorgeous. It tastes even better. You have to try this. I hope I'm not just butchering it. That's just how I've always read the term chimichurri. I just hope that hell that's how I'm saying it right. But this turned out so well. I want to try that on so many other things. I was just like, I want to try it. What should I put it on? They're like, beef or seafood or whatever. I was like, done. I want to do both. So that's how it did. Like I said, the chimichurri stuff will hold up for like 5 days in the fridge as long as you keep it covered, and like for a month if you freeze it. That's what I've read. But this turns out really well. I want to try it on some other stuff. I want to hit it with some mozzarella and stuff just because I can. This will feed at least 4 people by itself right here, or just a fat guy at least twice. But you got to try this out. Just let me know what you think of it. I want to start trying some other stuff like this. It's like the sides, and you can put it on multiple stuff and put it out there. I don't want to just do sauces, class of videos, but this is what we got. So yeah, try it out. Let me know what you think. And here's the pre-recorded me for the outro. Holy crap! I told you. Now I did get a break on the frozen stuff because HEB cut us about a 10% discount on the frozen foods right after the hurricane to help us get rid of stuff that went bad in the refrigerator. Because we were out power for like a week, so that's cool. But you gotta try this. At least the chimichurri stuff, you gotta cut it up and try it with, if you can find it, fresh oregano, or oregano as we call it here, and let me know if you do it differently. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. You can also find me on social media and tell us all over there. What is it? Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We're at all those at Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. Instagram, we're over at Live Between. Had to shorten it down over there. Me, Osway Nerdy. I'm on all of those, including over on Twitter and on TikTok. And I'm usually just talking nerd stuff, comics, miniatures, painting, action figure collecting, which is kind of my big thing. Books. Oh, I love me books. Trying to get a bookstore open. So yeah, hit me up over there and give me some recipes, or tell me how you changed ours, or how I'm horrible and stupid. That's cool. We very much appreciate all of you for watching this. I know if you just looked it up and just had to find something, it's a way to do it. You're just dealing with my big dumb face talking that you already have your food. So enjoy the food. Be safe. We'll see you next time. I talk way too fast. I apologize. Hey.